Hi. So today we will discuss neutral axis and section modulus and how to derive the section modulus for the different types of cross sections. Right. So yesterday in the strength of material subject, third unit, we have started the last class. We have started the introduction class. Okay. So in that we have discussed what is the bending stress. Right. So, what do you mean by theory of simple bending? What are the assumptions made in the theory of simple bending? And what do you mean by pure bending? And derivation of bending equation. Right. M by I is equal to sigma by y is equal to E by R. Right. So bending equation, we have derived the bending equation. M by I is equal to sigma by y equal to E by R. Right. So today we will see what do you mean by neutral axis, right? So neutral axis is nothing but the line of intersection of the neutral plane or the neutral layer on the cross section. Okay, that is called neutral axis of the section, right? So the neutral axis of the beam passes through the, so you can see the neutral axis will passes through the CG, center of gravity of the section. So here one side of the neutral axis, there are compressive stress, whereas in the other side of the neutral axis, there will be the tensile stress. Okay, so at this neutral axis, the bending stress or the bending strain value will be 0. At this neutral axis point, the bending stress value will be 0. So the M by I is equal to F by Y equal to E by R. Okay. So here the sigma is stress, bending stress is directly proportional to the distance y. So y value is here 0. So if the y value increase, the bending stress value also increase. Similarly here also y value increase, the bending tensile stress. Here y value increase, bending compressive stress will be increased. Here y value increase this side, the bending tensile stress will be extended, increase. Right? Therefore, the first moment of area of the beam section about the neutral axis will be 0. The layer of neutral axis, either the layer will be either extend or it may be contracts. So the stresses are proportional to the distance from the neutral axis y. Right? So this is about neutral axis. Now we can see what is section modulus. So section modulus is nothing but it is defined as the ratio of the moment of inertia, second moment of area, moment of inertia of the section about the neutral axis to the distance of the outermost layer from the neutral axis. If you see, this is the y from here to here. From the neutral axis, distance of the outermost layer y will be is equal to this value y maximum. Therefore, z is equal to I by y maximum. So section modulus is nothing but the ratio of the moment of inertia, right, about the neutral axis to the distance of the outermost layer from the neutral axis. So I by y maximum. So what is the moment of inertia unit? Suppose rectangular section, moment of inertia b dq by 12, right? B mm dq mm, so mm power 4. Moment of inertia unit mm power 4. What is y maximum? Y maximum is nothing but distance. That is here if you can see distance. Suppose from neutral axis to here or from neutral axis to here, d by 2 of. So t by 2 distance, right? Mm. So unit is mm. Therefore, I is mm power 4 and y maximum mm. So you will get unit mm cube. Therefore, what is the section modulus unit? Mm cube or centimeter cube or meter cube. So where I is equal to moment of inertia about the neutral axis and y maximum is the distance of the outermost layer from the neutral axis. Now, using the bending equation, you can find out the moment, bending moment m. Okay. So what is the bending equation? M by I is equal to sigma by y equal to E by R. Now we can consider only this equation. M by I is equal to sigma by y. The stress sigma will be maximum when the y is maximum, isn't it? Y value is 0 means the bending stress neutral axis 0. So when the y is increased, the bending stress value is also maximum. Hence, above the equation can be written as m by I is equal to sigma maximum divided by when y maximum. So m is equal to sigma maximum into this I will go this side, so I by y maximum. So what is I by y maximum? Moment of inertia by distance is z, section modulus, right? So I can substitute z. So m is equal to sigma maximum into z. So the bending moment or the moment of resistance, right, will be is equal to stress into section modulus, sigma maximum into section modulus z value. Okay, so m is equal to sigma maximum into z, or you can write z will be is equal to m by sigma maximum. Z is the nothing but the ratio of moment by stress. Either Z equal to moment by stress or I by Y, moment of inertia by distance Y maximum from the neutral axis to the outermost layer distance Y maximum. Right now we can see section modulus for various shapes of the beam section. Okay, section modulus for various shapes of the beam. So you know what is section modulus? Z is equal to I by y maximum, or Z is equal to m equal to sigma into Z. So Z equal to m by sigma maximum, or Z is equal to I by y maximum. So you have to find out, derive the Z value for rectangular section, hollow section, hollow rectangular section, circular section, hollow circular section. So you can see the rectangular section. What is the width of the rectangular section? B. What is the depth of the rectangular section? D. So what is the CG, neutral axis? Neutral axis is nothing but center of gravity point. So here neutral axis is D by 2 distance, center. So what is section modulus Z? Z is equal to I by Y maximum. So what is I for the rectangular section? The moment of inertia of the rectangular section about the axis through its CG, through the neutral axis, is given by I equal to BDQ by 12. So I is equal to BDQ by 12, and Y maximum is nothing but distance of outermost layer from the neutral axis, right? So from the neutral axis, the distance of outermost layer is Y maximum. Y maximum will be equal to 0 to D by 2. So therefore D by 2, Y maximum is D by 2. So Z is equal to I by Y maximum equal to I is nothing but BDQ by 12 and Y maximum is nothing but D by 2. Therefore, if you BDQ by 12 into this 2 by D, this goes this side. Therefore, D by 2 become 2 by D. Therefore, here this 12, 6 2s are 12 and 1 2s are 2. So here D cube D, therefore D square. So B D square by 6. Therefore, Z is equal to BD square by 6. Therefore, the section modulus for rectangular section will be BD square by 6. The moment of inertia for rectangular section is BDQ by 12. The distance from the outermost layer from the neutral axis Y maximum is D by 2. So Z is equal to I by Y, I by Y maximum. Therefore, we substitute, we get Z is equal to BD square by 6. Next, we can derive the section modulus for the hollow rectangular section. So here you can see this is the hollow rectangular section. So this is the hollow portion, this is the solid portion, this is hollow. Therefore, here you can see this this inner width, okay, small b, inner depth small d, outer width capital B, outer depth capital D. So Y maximum is nothing but outermost layer from the neutral, outermost capital D by 2. So Y maximum is equal to D by 2. Okay, the moment of inertia of the hollow rectangular section about the CG, about the neutral axis is I equal to BDQ by 12, that is overall, okay, minus this hollow portion, small BDQ by 12. So capital BDQ by 12 minus small BDQ by 12 is I. So I equal to 1 by 2 common into the capital BDQ minus small BDQ. So what is the distance of outermost layer from the neutral axis Y maximum? Capital D by 2. So what is the section modulus Z is nothing but I by Y maximum. So I is nothing but 1 by 12 into capital BDQ minus small BDQ divided by Y maximum is nothing but capital D by 2. So 1 by 12 into BDQ minus small BDQ into this D by 2 become 2 by D. So this this 6 into 2, 12, 1 into 2, 2. So remaining this 1 by 6d into capital BDQ minus small BDQ. Okay, next section model. So the section modulus for all our rectangular section is 1 by 6d into capital BDQ minus small BDQ. And circular section modulus for circular section. So this is the circular section, neutral axis at the center. So from here to here, small d by 2, total dia is small d. So moment of inertia about the CG is nothing but I equal to pi d power 4 divided by 64. So moment of inertia for circular section is equal to pi d power 4 divided by 64. So the distance of outermost layer from the neutral axis is d by 2. Therefore, z is equal to I by y maximum. Therefore, I value you can substitute pi by 64 into d power 4 divided by y maximum d by 2. If you substitute, you will get the pi d cube by 32. So section modulus for circular section is pi d cube divided by 32. Next, hollow circular section. So here you can see this circular hollow portion. So hollow circular section. So inner dia small d, capital dia, external dia capital D. Okay, so neutral axis to outermost layer y is capital D by 2. So moment of inertia I about the CG is pi by 64 into capital D power 4 minus small d power 4. And outermost layer neutral axis y maximum is nothing but d by 2. Means capital D by 2. Therefore, z is equal to I by y maximum. You just substitute I value and y maximum value. You will get z value is nothing but pi by 32d into capital D power 4 minus small d power 4. So z is equal to I value pi by 64 into d power 4 minus small d power 4. Y maximum d by 2. So if you substitute 2, 32, here 1, here 32. So pi by 32 d into capital D power 4 minus small d power 4. Okay. So this is how you have to derive the section modulus. So section modulus z value for rectangular section is BD square by 6. So section modulus for hollow rectangular section is 1 by 6d into BDQ minus small BDQ. For circular section, the section modulus is pi d cube by 32, and hollow circular section, the section modulus will be pi by 32d into d power 4 minus small d power 4. Right? Then the practical application of flexural formula, the bending formula m by I is equal to sigma by y equal to E by R, and this moment m maximum value. So you know in the second unit you studied if the simply supported beam subject to point load at the center, what is the maximum bending moment? WL by 4 at the point C center, right? Similarly, simply supported beam subjected to uniformly distributed load. So what is the maximum bending moment? It will be also at the center. So simply supported means at support the bending moment will be 0. At support the bending moment will be 0. At the center the bending moment will be maximum. Symmetrical section center bending moment will be maximum. Therefore here the M maximum will be at the center C point at point C. So M maximum WL square by 8. So if it is point load at center, WL by 4. Uniformly distributed load at the center throughout the beam, WL square by 8. Then cantilever beam load is subjected to free L. So W into distance L, WL moment at the point A moment is maximum. So M maximum is equal to WL. So here the bending moment will be 0 because the bending moment will load into distance. So here the distance is 0. So load into 0, 0. So here maximum length is L. So up to here. So this load into distance at point A, M maximum should be W into L bending moment. So here uniformly distributed load subjected to the cantilever. So M maximum WL square by 2 at the point A. Here also x equal to 0, therefore bending moment value of the free end 0, you know, maximum bending moment will get the fixed end A point, right? At A, maximum WL square by 2 for cantilever subject to UDL. Okay. So this is the bending stress in the symmetrical cross section. If the bending, if it is the symmetrical cross section, the bending stress diagram, stress distribution diagram will be like this. So you can see this is solid rectangular section. This is hollow rectangular section. This is solid circular section. This is hollow circular section. So the neutral axis will be at the center. So moment of this is I section. So the neutral axis will be at the center. So at center, the y distance is 0. Therefore, bending stress directly proportional to y. So y is 0, the sigma bending stress will be also 0. Then in the top fiber, there will be the maximum compressive stress, and y equal to 0, here increased gradually, and maximum tensile bending stress will be maximum at the bottom fiber. So this is the stress diagram, stress distribution, bending stress distribution diagram. And you can see this is also T section, I section, L section, and all, right? So this and all bending unsymmetrical. So T section, here cross section, you can see here top, less dimension, here more dimension, this L section, this and all unsymmetrical section. So unsymmetrical section also bending stress the neutral axis. You have to find a neutral axis. Here in the unsymmetrical section, here symmetrical section, the neutral axis will be at the CG, center of gravity. But here you can't find neutral axis at the CG. Here the neutral axis value, the bending stress will be 0. Then after that, the stress will be increased gradually on compressive side as far as tensile stress. Okay. Okay. So I hope you understand. Okay. Thank you. Hi, now we can solve the problem on bending stress equation. So here the strength of material third unit, okay, bending equation, using the bending equation, how to solve the problems that we can see now, right? You can see the first problem, a steel plate of with 120 mm, so steel plate with this 120 mm and of thickness of the plate 20 mm is bent into a circular arc of radius 10 meter. Determine the maximum stress induced. So because of the bending, there will be the maximum bending stress will be developed. So determine the maximum bending stress induced and the bending moment which will produce the maximum stress. So how the bending stress will be developed? Because of the maximum bending moment. So because of the maximum bending moment, you will get the maximum bending stress. So what is the bending moment value, right? And what is the maximum bending stress value? That we have to find out. Take E equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm². What is E? Young's modulus. Young's modulus stress by strain value given. Young's modulus 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm². So this is the problem. A steel plate of width 120 mm and of thickness 20 mm is bent into a circular arc of radius given 10 meter. So determine the maximum stress or maximum bending stress induced onto the bending moment which will produce the maximum stress. So take E equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm². So what are the given data? Width of the plate is given small b, how much? 120 mm. Thickness of the plate given 20 mm. So moment of inertia I, what is the moment of inertia formula? This is like a rectangular section. So BT cube by 12. So here depth is small t, thickness. Here depth is nothing but thickness. So BT cube by 12. So what is the B value? 120. What is the T value? Thickness value 20. So 120 into 20 cube by 12, we will get a moment of inertia I 8 into 10 power 4 Newton. Sorry, 8 into 10 power 4 mm power 4. So moment of inertia unit mm power 4. And radius of curvature r given 10 meter, convert into mm. So 10 meter means 10 into 10 power 3 mm. So mm if you introduce 10 power minus 3 we are introducing, therefore 10 power plus 3 you add. Then Young's modulus E equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm² given in the problem. They are asking maximum stress sigma maximum and bending moment m. So what is the bending? We can calculate first maximum bending stress. Okay. So what is the bending equation? M by I equal to sigma by y equal to E by R. In this, you can consider this equation, sigma by y equal to E by R. From this, sigma equal to E by R into this y, E by R into y. So sigma will be equal to E by R into y. This is equation 1. Now Young's modulus E is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm² given in the problem. So E value you know, and radius given in the problem, R 10 meter you know. And y stress at a distance y from the neutral axis, that is nothing but y maximum is nothing but t by 2. So you know the stress will be maximum when the y is maximum, isn't it? At the neutral axis y value is 0, there the bending stress will be 0. So where the y value will be maximum, there the bending stress will be maximum. Therefore, y will be is at the top layer or bottom layer from the neutral axis. That is t by 2. So thickness t is nothing but 20 and 2, 20 by 2. Therefore, y maximum 10 mm. Right now, E value you know, R value you know, Y maximum also you know 10 mm. Therefore, substitute sigma maximum E by R into Y, 2 into 10 power 5 divided by R 10 into 10 power 3 into Y maximum 10. Substitute, you will get sigma maximum 200 Newton per mm square. Next, they are asking moment, bending moment. Bending moment, what is the equation? M by I equal to sigma by Y equal to E by R. So you can use M by I equal to E by R. From this M by I equal to E by R relation, M is equal to E by R into I. So E value, you know, R value, you know, moment of inertia I PT cube by 12, you know, 8 into 10 power 4. Substitute, you will get to the moment value 10 into 10 power 5 Newton mm. So moment is force into distance, force Newton, distance mm, so Newton mm, moment value. Okay. Now you can see the problem 2. Calculate the maximum stress induced in a cast iron pipe of external diameter 40 mm. The external diameter is given as 40 mm and of internal diameter is given as 20 mm and of length 4 meter. You can see here the length is 4 meter. Right? When the pipe is supported at its end, like a simply supported, carries a point load at the center 80 Newton. So it's like a simply supported subjected to point load at center. What is the maximum bending moment? WL by 4. Right? So here you can see given data, what they are asking in the problem, they are asking maximum stress induced. Right? So maximum stress you have to find out. So external dia given capital D 40 mm, internal dia given small d 20 mm, length given L 4 meters, so convert into mm 4000 mm. Point load W given 18 Newton. They are asking to find out sigma maximum. So solution, in case of simply supported beam carrying a point load at the center, the maximum bending moment will be at the center is WL by 4, right? 1 minute. So maximum bending moment will be WL by 4. So W value, you know, 80 load acting given and length is 4000 divided by 4. Therefore, 8 into 10 power 4 Newton mm. And moment of inertia, this is the hollow circular. Therefore, hollow circular moment of inertia pi by 64 into d power 4 minus small d power 4. So pi by 64, capital D, you know, small d, you know, substitute, you will get the moment of inertia value. Therefore, you know the bending equation m by I equal to sigma by y equal to E by R. From this m by I equal to sigma by y. So y maximum is nothing but d by 2, for d by 2. So here m by I equal to sigma maximum divided by y maximum. You need to find out sigma maximum. Therefore, m by I into y maximum. So m value, you know, I value, you know, y maximum value, you know, if you substitute, you will get the sigma maximum value as 13.58 Newton per mm square. Right? Now you can see the third problem. Determine the maximum bending stress developed in a beam of rectangular cross section 50 mm by 150 mm when a bending moment of 600 Newton meter is applied. So bending moment given 600 Newton meter, they are asked you to find out maximum bending stress sigma b. So bending equation, you know, m by I equal to sigma b by y equal to E by R. So sigma b equal to m by I into y. So I value, you know, you have to find out d cube by 12 for rectangular section, b value, you know, 50, d value given 150, the whole cube by 12. So moment of inertia you are able to calculate, right? So what is the distance of layer having maximum stress neutral axis from the distance is y value is d by 2, 75. Right, so sigma b equal to m by I into y. So m value given in the problem is 600 divided by I value you found, y value you know 75. Substitute, you will get the bending stress 3.2 Newton per mm square. Therefore, rectangular section, this is the bending stress distribution diagram. Rectangular section, neutral axis 0, then it is increased to 3.2 Newton per mm square at the top fiber. Similarly here, outermost bottom fiber, sigma b 3.2 Newton per mm square. This is YC, compressive zone, YT, tension zone. Okay. So I hope you understand. Thank you for listening. You can see the next problem. A circular beam of 120 mm diameter is simply supported over a span of 10 meter and carries a uniformly distributed load of 100 Newton per meter. Find the maximum bending stress produced. So they are asking maximum bending stress. So here simply supported beam 10 meter length subjected to uniformly distributed load W 1000 Newton per meter, and the cross section of the beam is circular. The diameter of the beam is 120 mm given in the problem. So given data you can write. So circular beam diameter capital D 120 mm, length L given 10 meter, and UDL W given 1000 Newton per meter. Sigma max, maximum bending stress they are asking. So what you have to do, you have to use the bending equation M by I equal to sigma B by Y equal to E by R. So you can consider this equation M by I equal to sigma B by Y, sigma B equal to M by I into Y. Right? This is the equation. So what is the bending moment for simply supported beam subjected to uniformly distributed load? The maximum bending moment will be at the center, that will be equal to WL square by 8. So simply supported beam subject to point load at the center means WL by 4. So simply supported beam subject to UDL means maximum bending moment WL square by 8. So W you know 1000 into length you know L given 10 the whole square divided by 8. Therefore you will get maximum bending moment 12.5 into 10 power 3 Newton meter. And moment of inertia for the circular section, you know, I pi d power 4 by 64. So pi by 64 into d power 4, d diameter given 120 in the problem, 120 power 4. So I value 10.18 into 10 power 6 mm power. And distance of layer subject to maximum bending from the neutral axis is maximum bending y maximum is equal to capital D by 2. Capital D 120 by 2, 60 mm. And all the value now y m I, you know, so sigma b equal to m by I into y, therefore m value 12.5 into 10 power 6 by I value 10.18 into 10 power 6 into y value 60. Substitute, you will get sigma b value, bending stress 73.68 is the maximum stress, 73.68 Newton per mm square. So this is the bending stress distribution diagram. This is the circular section, neutral axis at the center. At center the bending stress will be 0. Then at extreme top fiber the maximum bending stress. Similarly at extreme bottom fiber the maximum stress. So remaining it will increase from the 0 to gradually to the maximum stress. Okay. So I hope you understand how to solve the problem using the bending equation, right? So thank you.